everybody, and welcome to another stream here on youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini. That's me, I'm Johnny Chiodini. Hello. This camera really does get in the way quite a bit, doesn't it? Maybe I should sort that. I've seen other people just have a camera up here with, you'll get this amazing technology, like a zoom lens, and it, you know, anyway, it means they don't have to bob around like a fucking emu. How is everyone doing? Are you all well? I hope you're all well. It's nice to see you. In and around the fucking... I'll shut up about that in a sec. I'm doing all right myself. Thanks for asking. Today we're painting more Leagues of Votann, because if you tune into the last painting stream, you'll know that on the 26th, I think, so in a week's time, I've got a game of 40k to play against my neighbour, and I haven't finished painting my Leagues of Votann army, which is what I'm gonna field against my neighbour. But I'll show you. I've now assembled and primed everything I need to paint to get to 1,000 points. I'll show you that in a second. But first, I need to read out this super chat from Ducks Piloting a Mech Duck, who says, "Hi Johnny and LSPs, hope all are well. Currently playing Lies of P and loving it. Also ordered the new Skelly Pal t-shirt. Can't wait for it." Yeah, pinned to the top of chat. Monk says, "Did you get caught in the rain, love?" No, I had a shower. Not too long ago, because I walked the dog. Actually, I did get caught in the rain, but that's not why my hair is wet. I walked the dog, then I went to the gym, and then I needed a shower. And now I am here with wet hair. It will dry out. But yeah, there's a merch link pinned to the top of chat, which will take you to a Patreon post which explains the designs and links you to them, because there are two designs, two of them. Well, two variations on the same design that have been designed by my wonderful partner, who I will not name because some people don't know how to behave on the internet, but they've done a fucking amazing job. So, look, oh, that's not the right button at all. That's the right button. As you can kind of see crammed in here, slightly fuzzily, this is all of the Warhammer I need to paint by the 26th. So, we've got the Sagittor, which is like this cute little beach buggy with like a lady driver and then a little robot pal and surface to air missiles. So it's like cute, but it's not like cute, you know? Like there's an edge to it. But yeah, this is the beach buggy thing. This is one of the first models they revealed for this faction. It's what made me fall in love with them, to be honest. You may remember from last week, we had people on bikes. I've got two more of those to do. So, folks on bikes going around. This one's got a gun friend on the back. They're generally rough riding. We've got Power Fist Grumpy Fellow. It's just sort of a very stern League of Votann man with a bolter who's pointing over there as if to say, "Go over there." And I swear, am I missing something off this bolter? Have I not put a part on there? Or does it just look weird? Looks weird to me. Nice Switch says, "Oh, penis bike." Yeah, penis bike. It's the bikes that look like a dick and balls. And then we've got Wizard. This is a Grimnyr. Who you can tell he's a wizard because he's making these rocks float and he's standing on them. And he's all like, "Here's my staff. Here's my cloak." And he's got two floating little robot friends that look like this. They're kind of just shoulders, and then they've got guns where I guess their genitals would be. So they're fun. And then we've got three of these. They're kind of, I like to think of them as like aunts and uncles. They're sort of just, they're space dwarves in mechs, in like exosuits, kind of like Ripley at the end of Aliens. And I'll be perfectly honest with you, I don't really know what I'm going to paint today. So if there's anything in particular you'd really like to see me paint, whether it's buggy, uncles, penis bikes, power fist dude, or wizard, let me know. I'll read a couple of super chats, because I got a couple to read out. Cookie94 is down super chat saying, "Put this toward getting your partner a drink or treat of their choice. They did amazing work on the design." Thank you. I will certainly do that. They've had a very busy work time recently, like really, really busy. So, yeah, I was already planning on treating them, but I will treat them extra. It seems like people want to see the wizard get painted. All right, let's paint a Grimnyr. Wraith Finds has done a super chat saying, "Hi Johnny, I'm at work and can't hear you, so I hope all is well and I'll catch you on VOD. We have an outbreak of COVID at work, so I'm bored off my skull, but still can't watch as I share an office." Oof, that sounds like that sounds like a bit of an ordeal, Wraith Finds. But I hope you stay COVID clear, and B that you are less bored out of your skull very, very soon. And if you can hear me now, hi, welcome to VOD Squad. Scott Perkins, all in caps, Monospace says hovercocks. Nice Switch says, "I can't stick around today because I'm about to play It Takes Two, but if there's anything slightly fallacy looking, can you all do me a favour and make a really big deal of pointing it out?" Well, it looks like we're going to be painting the Grimnyr. So I guess have a look. I mean, the staff's kind of, that looks quite a lot like a glans, doesn't it? And there's a cock up there. Whee! Good, we're off to a good start. All right, well, you know what? I'm going to keep his little flying robot pals with their gun dicks. And we'll put the others to the side for now. And we'll just see how far we get today. That sounds nice, doesn't it? Nice Witch says, "Lovely, thank you." You're welcome, Nice Witch. I hope you enjoy It Takes Two. I've heard good things. Even though it's a game about, divorce. Right. I'm going to drink a little bit of coffee because I forgot to make a pre-stream coffee. So then I made a very quick one. And I'm going to drink it now. Yes, that's quite pleasant. Good. So how was everyone's weekends? I keep thinking it's Thursday. Like 4 or 5 times today I've gone, wow, tomorrow's Friday, so blah, 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 blah. It's just Tuesday, isn't it? It's just a regular old Tuesday. Kazza T says, "Hi Johnny and LSPs, don't know how long I can stay. It all depends on how long the little stays asleep for his nap. Glad to see the hobby streams are back." It's nice that they are back. And I hope the little has a lovely nap and stays asleep for however long they want or need, really. They shall wake precisely when he means to. Right, let's dive in, shall we? So, here's the thing, right? Normally, we've got all of the Votann wearing sort of armour that's in this sort of yellowish, sort of this ochre colour with this powdery blue. But this guy's just wearing robes, so I really feel like I can have some fun with this. And I am quite excited about it. And I don't know whether to just keep up with the current scheme of, making this ochre and then all these lovely details would be like blue, or whether, I don't know, whether to make this like a leather cape and then have the robe be yellow. I genuinely don't know, which is weird because I'm going to have to paint this in a minute. Let's have a think. Let's see. Mark Cohen says, "Hello pals, I regret to inform you I'm assembling more nuns. I bought a nun the other day. Out of nowhere, I just had a sudden urge to paint a hospitalier. So I've got one. So that'll be nice. Right. Let me just have a look at this thing for a little while. It's a chill start to the paint stream. We're 10 minutes in and I haven't even picked up a brush. Johnny Lomback says, "Maybe switch the colours and make the robes primarily the blue." Yeah, I think that probably does make sense. So it'd be blue there. Like yellow trim. All of it blue, 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 blue. Which feels very classic wizard colours, doesn't it? I don't know what to do about the underside of the cape, because I generally like my capes to have an underside that's a different colour. You know what, I'll do it the brown I do the leather gloves and stuff. That'll be nice. The rocks are going to be an interesting challenge, because all of my bases are red. I could just paint them red, couldn't I? Could just do that. Let's do that then. All right, great, we're off. So, Ooh, I haven't moved any of my paints from before, so there we go. We're straight in. I forgot to bring my in-ear headphones, which means I'm going to have to rely on these headphones for music, which means it might bleed into the mic, but we do what we can. Let's see. I'll turn it down a bit so I can hear myself think as well. Okie dokie, we're off. And I think what we're going to do is what I really found helpful actually when I was painting the bike last week is just I painted all of it yellow and then I paired it back. We're going to do that, but we're going to paint everything blue pretty much, and then we're going to get back in and work on the other bits that way. So there we go. Cup of Tiefling says, does anyone else struggle to pass models undercoated in black? I have to use grey or I can't quite make sense of what I meant to be painting. I do know what you mean. It's why I actually underpaint a lot of my models, even though, generally speaking, when I paint, I obscure all of the underpainting. It's just a great guide for me. It makes me, realise where I want to put the highlights and all that kind of stuff. And also, yeah, just makes sense of what I've got in front of me. But I didn't do it on these ones. I think just because I'm pushed for time. Where's my airbrush thinner? Oh, shit. Alrighty. Stephen Hoy says, hello everyone, might not be hobbying, but I am tinkering with my chem simulations. Brackets, I may have atoms inside of atoms right now, which is not good. No, isn't that like... Wouldn't that be like world-endingly bad? Well, not world-endingly bad, but like at least city-destroyingly bad. Shows how much I know about the atom, but... I've seen the trailer for Oppenheimer. I haven't, actually. I haven't seen a thing of Oppenheimer. I don't tend to watch movie trailers. Oh, yes, this will work. Paint, paint, paint. Paint the space dwarf. This is a really fucking classic, like, Tom Bombadil blue. So I'm delighted to be doing it on a wizard. Old Tom Bombadil is a merry fellow. Bright blue his jacket is, and his boots are yellow. None has ever caught him yet, because Tom, he is the master. His songs are older songs, and his boots are... No, and his feet are faster, I think it is. I think that's what it is. Ah, Addy, are you okay? Says, hey, all you legends. It's been a while. It has been a while. Well, actually, it's not been a while since I saw you, Addy. I'm delighted to say. Addy came to the Dark Souls night at Hackney Brewery the other day and only bloody won the award for Best Challenger after basically just having a stonking run, like a really good run against the Bell Gargoyles, never having played Dark Souls before. It was inspiring. Genuinely inspiring. It was a very good and silly night. And in fact... Ooh, shit! We've already sorted out what the next night is going to be. It's going to be a video game pub quiz next month. What's the date? I think it might be the 19th. Let me have a look. Broken since the year of 91. Yeah, Thursday the 19th of October. I'm going to be running a video game pub quiz at High Hill Tap Room in London's Black Horse Lane. If you're around and you like video game trivia, it promises to be very silly. Nice, which says Tom Bombadil has infinite riz. Sarah, you just aged me by 15 years reading that sentence. Riz is one of those ones I just haven't kept up with. Like, I'm aware of the whole, like, what's her name, rizzed up baby Gronk? She even hugged baby Is it Gronk or Gonk? Who the fuck knows? Well, the Gonk is the song from Dawn of the Dead, isn't it? Dum. Anyway, fucking, it's bananas. Geher Norton is here to save the conversation with a super chat that reads, "Hey Johnny, just got back from Blood Bowl World Cup. Great time in Alicante. €1 a beer led to 2,000 plus very jolly players. We also had a player take an edible by mistake and gave himself real life bonehead. Wow. I'm not going to lie, I've done that. There was one time I was playing Blood Bowl, and then at halftime, we nipped outside for a bit, and then we came back in, and I went, I can't play anymore. Couldn't work out how to play Bloodborne. Oh, I'm sorry, Nice Witch. I mean, I kind of did have to read the comment out. I didn't feel like I had a choice. Right. Well, that dwarf is fairly blue now. Yeah. It's quite a blue dwarf. Which is a sci-fi spin-off series. Cup of Tiefling says, there's a Blood Bowl World Cup. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm aware of it, but I just, like, I think I'd be terrified of playing in a tournament that big. Take care of yourself, Mels. I'm sorry that you're having a rough one. I think probably go and have a nap, as you suggest, is a good idea. I'm really sorry things are rough, but lots of love to you, and we'll be here when you're ready. Basically, lots of love to you. Also, if you do decide to stay, that's also fine. This isn't me dismissing you, but yeah, do what you need to do. Oh. Right. Let's see. We need heavy ocher. That's not heavy ocher. There it is. So, this is going to go on the back piece, the yellow trim on the robes. And then we're going to use brown on the inside of the robe and this leather belt and the gloves. This might be quite a quick paint, you know. Not sure what to do about the staff yet, but we'll get to that when we get to it, I guess. Corvus Albright's done a super chat saying, edible haiku for edible haiku time. Unsuspicious treat. But give it a good half hour. Someone send pizza. Yep. We did in fact end up getting pizza that day, which was fun. And we watched Return of the King, which suddenly seemed so much more profound than I remembered. Can't imagine why. Okay. Right. Let's get some of the heavy ocher going, shall we? Ooh, now that's... Ooh, no, that'll be lovely, yeah. So, hopefully you can see, obviously there's these like ocher details, or the details here that I'm making ocher, and then there's this little line, which is actually raised in part of the model. And I was like, well, should I paint that ocher? Yes, I should, because it will look nice. Here it goes, look. Ha ha ha. There it goes. It was slightly clumsy, but I'll clean it up later. Which is what I say every time I make dinner. Right. It's going to need a few coats, this ocher. Once again, I completely forgot to do a brown undercoat of the details that I want to be yellowish, which really does help speed things along, but I've started now, so hey ho. Ah, tits. Oh, this is going to take a while. Quick paint my foot. Oh well, that's alright. I'll be streaming for a while, aren't I? Corio Malayam has done a super chat saying, oof. Recently found out one of my cousins is part of the military police, and it has that feeling like the killer is inside the house to it. That's rough, buddy. I'm sorry. Yeah, it can be difficult to reconcile your feelings on that one, really. Because, you know, I don't even need to say it. I know it, you know it. But also, like, that's a family member. That feels weird. And, yeah, the inside the house business doesn't feel great either. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. I've been there. And it doesn't feel nice. Happy Bob says it's nearly 1 a.m. I should probably be asleep, but it's so nice here. Happy Bob, we'll there'll be future nice times here, and also this'll be a VOD as well. Don't neglect your sleep. Sleep is important. This is, I can tell, one of those models where I'm going to shade it and be like, oh, I really like it now, because at the minute. That looks rubbish. Oh well. Doom, doom, doom. Corvus Albright says, sadly I must bounce already. Sending love to all you LSPs. Take care, Corvus. I hope you're well. Thank you for being in chat. For, you know, as long as you were able to. There is, once again, in the same way, there's no pressure to turn up right at the start. There's no expectation for everyone to stay. You leave precisely when you're in, etc., etc. Had a very nice morning a couple of days ago, just pinging back impersonations of Gandalf on WhatsApp voice notes with a friend. It's just really nice. Excuse me. Also, right, because we got into this when we were sending these voice notes back and forth. One thing that will never, ever not be funny to me, now that I've noticed it, is that when they're at the door to the Mines of Moria, and they're trying to puzzle out the door, Frodo says, "Speak, friend, and enter. It's a riddle. What's the Elvish word for friend?" And he says this directly to Gandalf, who is not an elf, while Legolas, who is an elf, is standing right fucking there. And it is the funniest shit I can think of. Where it's like, it's a riddle. Legolas, excuse me. Gandalf, what's the Elvish word for friend? I love it. I absolutely love it. I just think it's brilliant. Makes me very, very, very happy. So, I've got a super chat from Space Cornet, who says, "Hey Johnny, just want to say thanks for all the delightful content, but also giving me the confidence to try my first TTRPG, Deadlands, next month. Any tips for a nervous first timer?" Yeah, like, basically, don't worry about, you know, everything you say or everything you do being, like, either, like, hilarious or absolutely inspired, you know? Like, I think one thing that does worry me a little bit about doing a show like Oxventure is that obviously it's edited, and at this point we've been playing together for 6 years, so like we have a very strong rapport built up, and I think there's a tendency to, among role-playing shows in general, to make roleplay look like it's just completely effortless, like all great gags all the time, all high-octane stuff. The game we're playing to make a show is very different to the game that we would play if the cameras weren't rolling. And indeed, every single game I've ever played outside of a film setting. So, like, don't be afraid to take your time in terms of thinking about what you want to do or what you want to say. Feel free to like ask questions if you don't know something or you're not sure, like, you know, what's possible with your character or anything like that. And just like just try and relax and have fun. It's one of the most intimidating things to open your mouth and start talking and having an impact on the world and being a character and trying to like exert their influence on the surroundings. It's terrifying, but you know what? Like, the best thing about doing it is that once you've done it, you've already done it once, so you can do it again. You know, like, you've just got to kind of get in there. I still remember some of the first things my first ever role-playing character said, and like, I think back on them, I'm like, that sentence doesn't even make sense, but I just needed to say something. You know? So be kind to yourself and like just try and roll with it, basically. No pun intended. And have fun. Like, I really hope you have a lovely time. I really do. Lisa Hunt's on a super chat saying, hello, very sleepy, so nap squad, brackets Q merch plug. Yeah, you can get Skelly Pal Nap Club merch. It's pinned to the link at the top of chat. There are 2 different versions of the same design, one for gaming streams and one for painting streams. And you can get t-shirts, you can get jumpers or sweatshirts if you prefer, a hoodie, and also there are 2 different t-shirts to choose. One of them is premium something, and another one is like organic cotton inclusive. That one goes up to 5XL. So we're able to offer a much larger range of sizes this time round, which makes me very, very happy. So there you go. Right, that's sort of... Obviously, we need to really strengthen that ocher, but that's sort of blocked in how this is going to look. And I like it. I like it a lot. So there we go. Levi Coffee has... well, gosh... Levi has summoned the blood pear. What's the blood pear? I'm so glad you asked. The blood pear is basically a pear. Started out as a pear, I am sure. A piece of fruit which is green in hue, grainy in texture, delicious in flavour, and larger at the bottom than it is at the top. Hence the term pear-shaped, which is a British colloquialism to mean it's gone a bit wrong. If something's gone pear-shaped, it's all gone a bit Pete Tong. Now something does seem to have gone wrong as far as this pear is concerned. Although the pear doesn't seem worried about it because the pear is holding in its hand. Oh, this pear has a face, arms, and legs, by the way, and seems to have some degree of sentience, which is unusual for a pear. Don't let me mislead you on what your garden variety pear is capable of, but this one in particular is holding a mug, which means it's got opposable thumbs, and that mug appears to be full of a viscous fluid, which I am quite worried might be blood. That's why we call it the blood pear. There are certain apologists among chat who say that this is just slander and that the blood pear is in fact a pal, but listen, like, I'm just reporting what I can see, and what I see troubles me greatly. Octo-chan says, what's wrong about pear-shapedness? No, nothing. I just think it's like an unexpected shape. Or rather, an uncommon shape. So, like, I genuinely don't really know the etymology of it's all gone a bit pear-shaped, but it's a British term for it's all gone a bit wrong. I'm not saying that a sphere is the platonic ideal of a shape, but listen, the English language is fucking weird. Haiku Rai says, a friend once uttered a great mixed metaphor and said that things had gone pairs up. I like that a lot. It's certainly better than saying everything's gone tit-shaped, isn't it? You don't want to blurt that one out, especially in a meeting. Katrina Trigari has done a whopping great super chat. Thank you, Katrina. That's really, really kind of you. That's very, very generous. The super chat reads, hi, Johnny and LSPs. I hope everyone is good. I just want to plug Chants of Sennar as a great game. Working out what people are saying in unknown languages based on context could make a good 1 to 2 Stream game too. Interesting. That does sound like fun. Give me 1 second. I'm going to Google that. You know me. I am always up for an unusual game, especially if it involves like language, because I'm one of those nerds. Or semiotics. Shut up, Johnny. You know what? That bit didn't need to be painted ochre. I'm going to fix that. It's just the trim on this bit of the cloak that's ochre. Can you see this all right, by the way? I'm conscious that sometimes the mini is off camera and I'm trying to do my best, but I don't know if it's especially visible. Hopefully it's all right. Oh, tell you what, it's autumn, isn't it? The weather has finally broken. It broke here with an incredible storm, which was just a delight. Yeah, bloody hell, it's really nice. I feel like I've got my brain back. Myself spoil. Okay. Still working away on this ochre because it does take a little while to layer up. But once it gets there, ooh, does it ever get there? Chance of Senar is so good, says Octochan. Alright, well, let's... Oops. Chance of Senar. Ooh! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that looks bloody great. I mean, I suspect we might be playing that this week. Also, this week, I'm going to stream on Friday, not Thursday. I know that it's a real topsy-turvy week, but it is the birthday of somebody very important to me on Thursday, so I need the evening free in order to celebrate them. So yeah, I'll be streaming on Friday instead. And let's face facts, it'll probably be Chance of Senar, won't it? Right, I'm going to give the ochre a little bit of a rest. And I'm going to switch to the chocolatey sort of brown that I use on the... I was going to do ochre on the... You know what? I'm not quite done with the ochre, apparently. Forgot about this bit, didn't I? Ooh, no, we don't like that. No, we're going to do that in a metallic. No. No, no, no. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No. All right, good. Titan Uranus is on a super chat saying, wasn't an English king killed with the pear of anguish? I think I know the one you mean, and I don't actually know if that's true or not. There are lots of rumours about red hot pokers and cow horns and stuff. Maybe is the answer. Thank you very much for that super chat. So I'm just opening a can of drink. Good, right. We need this brown specifically from Vallejo. Monk says, I hope I don't come across as a blood pear apologist, but can a blood pear not enjoy the juice of a human like we enjoy a nice juicy pear? You know what? Fair. Yeah. We started it, if anything. We've been eating pears for centuries, millennia even. Yeah. I suppose it's only fair. Doesn't mean that we can't be afraid of the blood pear, but we can at least understand his motives a little bit. Oh, Haiku Rise on Super Chat saying, awesome that you're painting again. Any plans to play more Dave the Diver in the future? Your last stream made me buy it and I like it a lot. Maybe, actually. I've been tempted. Also, thank you for the super chat, by the way. I played it a bit by myself, so I got to the next bit of story by finding where the currents lie and all that kind of stuff. So I don't see why not. Yeah, we can do a bit more Dave the Diver soon. I mean, we're definitely doing Chants of Sennar on Friday. Right. Right, here we go. Gloves, gloves, gloves. Ooh, Happy Bob says Dave the Diver is coming to Switch, and I'll probably try thanks to Johnny. Now that's interesting. Would I want to play Dave the Diver on Switch? I actually really like playing it at my desk. It's funny, like every game I play, my main question is what platform do I want to play this on? Not in terms of like, like, well, I want to have the best graphics or whatever, but it is solely like, where do I want to play this? Like Baldur's Gate 3, I bought on PS5, despite the fact my PC is definitely powerful enough to run it at like a high setting. Because I was like, if I have to sit at my desk and play this, I'm not going to play it. Because, like, as much as, this room is set up for me to paint little plastic men, and, I spend my Friday evenings a lot of the time playing Halo and chatting to friends on Discord and generally having a great time, this is also where I work. And sometimes if I'm by myself playing a video game, it can feel like I'm recording a Let's Play but not actually working. So sometimes playing something on PS5 is a perfect antidote because I'm just sat on the sofa, the dog's curled up next to me. It's just really nice. So, but Dave the Diver is a rare one that actually I would rather keep on my PC. There we go. Fascinating, I know. Riveting conversation. Well done, Johnny. Just absolutely smashing it out of the park today. Why didn't I paint this model ages ago? I've had it for nearly a year, and it's very nice. Look at it. Big old beard and a hand. I actually haven't played Baldur's Gate in a few days, and I'm worried I'm losing momentum with it. But it is very, very good. I'm also replaying Red Dead Redemption 2 at the minute, just because I got an itch for it. And I lost my save file. After 95 hours, I lost my save, and I was like, oh, God, I've got to start again. But that meant that I gave myself the license to ignore everything that isn't a story mission, and I've caught up to where I was in a fraction of the time, and I've had a great time. Like, it's a really focused story experience. If you just do the story, it's great. I like it a lot. Let's do the Souls Brown. All right, we're getting there. It's blocking the stuff in. Titan says, how far are you in the story, Johnny? We're in Saint Denis, and the nasty Angelo Bronte just set us up. So we were robbing a place that he said had loads of money, and it didn't, and the police were there. That's where I've got to. So I've still got a little ways to go, actually, to catch up, but I more or less feel like I'm there. Yeah, I mean it's very patchy right now, but that brown's really going to work as the underside of the cloak. I really like it. Good. Having a nice time. How should we do his flying robotic dick friends? That's the question. I can't wait to play this game of 40k because number one, I've played one game of 40k ever. Two, it wasn't with the Votann. I've played 1.5 games of 40k ever. Neither with the Votann. And my neighbour is extremely good at war games. Like, he has administered a righteous ass kicking to me every single time we've crossed paths. He's playing Drakari, and I'm just going to get absolutely annihilated, and it's going to be great fun. Like, really fun. Last time we were playing Warcry. Who was he? Shit, who was he? Oh, he was the character in Overlords, and he was facing off against my Gloomspike Gits and just annihilated them. And every time he went to attack a little gobbo, I'd look him in the face and go, "But he's just a boy." It was great. I loved it. It's really good fun. Yeah, I got slaughtered, and then I got my character out. So we basically hacked a game of Kill Team into Warcry. I lost again, and it was bloody lovely. So yeah, this is the most effort I'm ever going to put into getting my own ass kicked. Ever, probably. Well, never say never, actually. The Silent Cobb has done a super chat. The super sticker, excuse me. The super sticker is of a body of water, and then 3 hippo heads kind of pop up, and they're like, and they sort of blink and have a look at each other, and they've all got a very nice sort of like color gradient going on. One of them's sort of purple into like some pinks. One of them's sort of green into some yellows, and then the other one is sort of very purple into some pinks. It's nice. It's good. Yeah. Yep. Good times. Right. So, going to do a bit more brown here to build up that colour. I need to do more ochre. I need to focus on the face of the Grimnyr. Oh shit, I need to do this belt. Right, let's get a smaller brush. Is chat just slow or has chat frozen for me? Let's give it a quick refresh and find out. I think it's okay, actually. Cup of Tiefling says, I'm learning Necromunda at the minute, and that's hard enough. I refuse to learn something with more rules than that and that many models. 40k and Heresy would break me. Yeah, I think it's tricky. I think it's going to be tricky, but... Santo Atheos says, hey, sorry if it was already mentioned, but I saw Samantha Bayart was playing D&D as Karlach with the other Baldur's Gate 3 actors, along with High Rollers. Yes, that's happening on Friday, which should be a lot of fun. I mean, it's a great idea, isn't it? Just like, get them all in, get them to play their characters, unleash hell. Or chaos, really, rather than hell. But, you never know. Right. What was I doing? Painting a thing. Wow, Cookie Cap 94's on a roll. Not even an hour in, I've almost got half of the 14 earring pairs made. Lovely stuff. Good work. Anyone else hobbying? What are we up to? What's everyone doing today? Just forgot that we did loads of talking last Monday about how the Leagues of Votann are probably expert doggers. That was fun. Grimnyr probably likes to watch, doesn't he? Look at him. Cup of Tiefling says, working now, but building my Van Sar gang later. Lovely. I've never tried Necromunda. It seems bananas. And lots of fun. But I've found my niche with Blood Bowl. To be honest with you, I'm only really painting the Votann because of this game I'm playing, and also because I've painted so much Blood Bowl recently. I feel a little fatigued with it. It's just nice to have a change. Oh, Amy Owens has been neglecting my sketchbook, so spending some time in there. Lovely stuff. Lucas says, I'm working on chapter 7 of my book, 7 left to go. Halfway, only 8 weeks to get the manuscript in. You've got this. halfway is an incredible achievement in and of itself. And let that momentum carry you the rest of the way. Keep at it. Don't be afraid to lock yourself away for a couple of days. I've done that in the past and it's genuinely been very useful and kind of fun. Mark Cohen says, trying to assemble as many heavy weapon nuns as possible since the damn Nids got their new codex and big boys. Yeah, the Tyrannid big boys are pretty big. They're impressive. Right. Let's keep going, shall we? Mark says, all the melters, of course. But that's the nuns anyway, isn't it? They bloody love melting things. Votive candles, enemies, allies who step out of line. Ruth Adamson says, trying to convince myself to cut some fabric. You got this. You get those scissors. Or however you want to do it, really. Tony Renner says cheese, possibly. I kind of feel like it's the sort of slightly ascetic lifestyle that, you know, people live in monasteries. I just feel like all of their cheese comes cold and on a plate with, like, you know, a bit of bread. Like a sad ploughman's. Pepin has done a super chat saying, a stream on my birthday. What a nice gift. Thanks. You're very welcome. I know 2 other people whose birthday it is today. A lot of people having fun around Christmas, seems like. Sorry to make you think about that, but it's true. But yeah. And so I also know 2 more people who've got birthdays this week. It's, yeah, September birthday. Lance Roberts has done a super chat saying, hey, hi Johnny, just wanted to let you know how the meat cutting comp went. Finished 6 out of 50 with no mess ups. That sounds brilliant. 6 out of 50 is right up there in the pack. Nice work. I still cannot imagine what a meat cutting competition looks like, but I can at least imagine you smashing it out of the park. So, there you go. Zega Genesis has done a super chat saying, I recently learned about the Holmes formula for postural aesthetic assessment, or Dr. Holmes' butt attractiveness math, and it needs to be shared here. Okay, I'm going to read that out again and see if it computes this time. I recently learned about the Holmes formula for postural aesthetic assessment, or Dr. Holmes' butt attractiveness math, and it needs to be shared here. Is this a real thing, or am I missing a pun? I'm confused and intrigued all at once, which, in fairness, is how I spend a lot of my time. Huh. Okay. A scientist came up with a formula for judging how nice your butt is. But it's real, apparently. This is what two plus years of streaming for you lot has done to me. You're trying to tell me about something and you're even showing me the formulas and I don't trust you. I've backed up into the corner. I'm showing my teeth and going like an upset chihuahua. Although, in fairness, is there any other kind of chihuahua? Yes, there is. Nervous. Although nervous is a kind of upset. Okay. C equals circularity, brackets rounder is better. B equals bounciness, less wobble is preferred. F equals firmness, but not too much push to that cushion loses points. And T equals skin texture. No cellulite, please. Monk says painting too. Yes. Ooh, slightly bigger brushes. Oh, slightly bigger brushes. Tim's hobby room up in NG1. Hope you're having a lovely time up there, Monk. Did you get your bike up there in the end, or were you just up there with tools? Freya says, not crafting, but I bought myself Liza P to celebrate the end of my 54th rotation around the sun. Am I stuck on a bus? Yes. Am I having a blast? Also, yes. That's the thing. It's on Game Pass, I think, and I'm tempted to try it, but also... Ooh, it's just going to kick my ass, isn't it? V equals the ratio of one's hips to waist. Blimey. So I don't know what any of my numbers for this equation are, but I have been told by several intimate friends in the past that I have a nice bum. So there you go. Stephen Hoy says, had to pop out. Thought we were still on pear shape, then realised it's actually butts. Business as usual either way, I suppose. Indeed. Indeed. Listen, there's a lot of stairs in Minas Tirith. They've got the nicest bums. Haiku Rice's pics or it didn't happen. Number one, if you know where to look, you can find a picture of my ass on the internet. And number two, I'm not taking more pics and putting them online. Not without an exorbitant amount of money, thank you. It's picking a new album to listen to. What do we want today? I'm feeling autumnal today because it's autumn. Oh, yeah. Lovely. Delightful. Stephen Hoy, I see what you've written there, and I'm not going to read it out. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction, actually. Okay. Let's see. Matthew Johnson says, I feel like whoever came up with the bus assessment formula was a physio or sports coach caught in a lie and had to come up with a cover as to why they were looking at butts at work. A slight snag about going to the gym is that every time I go, I use an exercise bike because I like cycling. And they've got like those pelotons, so you do kind of like a guided class, which just really helps motivate me. It's good fun. But they are opposite the Stairmaster. And so you best believe I've got really good at just staring at that screen like it owes me money. Because the last thing I want to do is right, you've got the exercise bike, then you've got the Stairmaster, and then you've got a floor-to-ceiling mirror behind the Stairmaster, so you can occasionally make eye contact with the people who are on the Stairmaster while you're cycling behind them and breathing heavily. And obviously, you can imagine I am absolutely petrified of it seeming like I am ogling someone's butt. So let me tell you, I am a very focused Peloton rider. I watch the instructor like a hawk. A slightly anxious hawk. I just believe everyone's got, a right to work out without somebody looking at their bum. Controversial, I know. Although if I caught someone looking at my bum, I'd be like, oh, perhaps I have a nice bum. But that's me, not everyone. It's not a hard and fast rule, is it? Phrasing. Anyway. Bit more ochre. Then I think what we'll do is put some metallics on the staff and on this bit. Work out what we want to do with them. And then we're going to shade this whole thing. Oh, I should really paint his face, shouldn't I? And also tidy up the blue where I've painted over it. There's still some work to do on this, but all in all, it's quite a nice paint job. Well, it's quite a nice model to paint, rather. Just feels different to the normal Votann stuff. Ay, 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 ay. Haiku Rice says, wow, you do have a nice bum. Yep, there you go. You're welcome. Although that photo is like 11 years old now, so whatever. Okie dokie. Right. I have to say, so far, I'm really enjoying the kind of the blue that is on this Grimnyr's beard, so I'm going to give him a grey beard, I think. Titan Uranus says the real trap is not to get caught performatively not looking. Yes, I agree. Because that is as obvious, if not more so, than having a good ogle. But there we go. Right, let's just get some grey down on this beard. Oops, sorry everyone, that's me painting off camera. Okie dokie. Root -1 says, I'm off to go deliver goodies to my other half. One Agatha Christie book may not be enough for this stay on the wards. Take care, Root -1. I really hope that everything shakes out all right with your other half. Yeah. Like, good on you for delivering goodies, and I hope they come in handy. But also, I hope that everything sort of gets cleared up very swiftly. So yeah, lots of love to you. Right. It's very little actually visible of this guy's face. So just his little nose poking out. It is all up in there. It's kind of one of those ones where it's like, how hard do I try and paint that to an excellent standard? The answer is not very. I'm just going to paint his little nose. And also fix that bit of overpainting I just did on the moustache. There we go. All right. Good. Cool. Time to break out the metallics, I think. And also the heavy red to do the base here. Oh, hello Emma Benton. I hope you're all right. Katrina Trigari says, I'm off to go deal with sheet music before orchestra. Have fun, everyone, and see you on the next game stream, hopefully. See you then, Katrina. Or whenever you're about, basically. Thank you so much for being in chat and for the super chat as well. Uh-oh. I hope orchestra goes very, very well. And you don't get kicked out like Lisa Simpson in the intro sequence to popular cartoon The Simpsons. Unless you wanna, you know. I don't even know if you play saxophone, but just fuck it, just go wild. In fact, it's even better if you don't play saxophone. Then they'll definitely kick you out. Just seize a saxophone of someone else and go wild with it. And Votann says, "Hi Johnny, I'm sleepy, but otherwise good. Lol. Hope you're well too." I'm all right, thank you. It's been a very, very hectic few days, but so hectic I was sort of laid out for a couple of days. To be honest with you, my Saturday was absolutely obscene, but I'm feeling all right again now, so that's good. Basically, on Saturday, I went. I'll shut up about the gym soon, but I went to the gym because exercise. Thinking, well, this is all I've got to do for the day. I've already walked the dog. I've got the rest of the day off. No, I didn't have the rest of the day off. I was like, I'm going to do some work, but I'm just going to be in for the rest of the day now. And then I heard from my friend's brewery, and they had an event on that day. It was a big beer festival, and they'd sold 350 tickets, and they were a staff member down. So they were like, "Can you fill in?" And I said yes. And it turned into a 10-hour bar shift without a break because we were that busy. I had a great time, don't get me wrong, but I got home at nearly 5 in the morning in the end because we stuck around afterwards and sort of cleaned up and decompressed and had a drink and had a chat. But my God, I was exhausted. So I was like, well, I'll just do the work on Sunday. I slept all Sunday. And even then it wasn't enough. I had a 5-hour nap yesterday. It really knocked me for 6. But it was genuinely great fun. But woofed. The nice thing was everyone was lovely though. Like we were genuinely having a great time. It was just so busy. Like there was a queue to the door no matter how fast we went for about 6 hours. And every single glass that the brewery owned was pulled out of storage and put into use. And we were running the dishwasher constantly and we still couldn't keep up. It was wild. But fun. I'd do it again. So help me God, I'd do it again. There's something about working behind a bar that I really love because someone tells you what they want and you just do it and then they're gone and you're on to the next one. It just is little dopamine hits, which are kind of so different to making video because making video is like, oh, I'll record the thing, now I'll edit the thing, now I'll do the metadata, now I'll do a thumbnail, now I'll do the social post, yada yada yada. There are lots of little elements. When it goes out, you're kind of just like, phew. But there isn't the same kind of dopamine hit of just like, bang, transaction complete. So, yeah. Little known fact about me, I love working behind a bar, turns out. I mean, not when people are dicks, obviously, but that's on them. Orthogonalist has done a super chat saying, I'm just doing a cheeky super chat because I'm feeling good and having a nice day. No jokes, no haikus, no puns, just cash monies. Well, that's a bloody lovely thing to read. Thank you very much, Orthogonalist, and I'm glad to hear that you're having an absolute belter of a day. You deserve it, frankly. And thank you very much for sharing that good mood and also the love in a financial way. That sounded weird. That sounded really weird. Why is it? Okay. You know what I mean. Thanks. Thank you. I appreciate that. God. I'll go an entire stream without saying something profoundly weird one of these days. No, I won't. Anyway, right. That's sort of our base colour. A base coat on there. On the rocks. That'll do for now. Matthew Johnson says, how did the rest of the Dark Souls event go on Thursday, by the way? I had to run off a bit early. It was great. It was really, really, really good fun. How far did we get? We did the Moonlight Butterfly, and then people started getting, cocky. They were like, well, I'm going to go to Blightdown and do Pinwheel. So we did 4 bosses in the end. But then afterwards, I was like, event's done, yada, 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 but left the PS5 up. And over the next sort of hour, while people were, still enjoying drinks and just hanging out, some people just kept going. So Pinwheel went, the Capra Demon went. So yeah, it was a really, really good fun night. It was nice. I was feeling a little bit worse for wear the next day. CookieCat94 says, maybe this is why you resonate with Dave the Diver. I think maybe. I really like doing the green tea in that. Oh yeah, in fact, Dave the Diver. So I kept playing. I've ranked up enough that I was able to hire Raoul the Muscle Man, and I've trained some people up. So I've got a pretty full-on kitchen now, and it's getting to the point where actually, like, sometimes it's quicker for me not to serve a dish because the staff can move quicker than I can. So a lot of the time I'm just doing tea and wasabi, which is quite nice. This brush? Yeah, this brush. Fuck it. I was worried that brush is too big, but you know what? Go big brush or go home brush. There you go, look, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. I know to be careful, it's fine. Right. Oh, we've only been going an hour and 7 minutes. Made decent progress on this model. And I haven't been keeping an eye on the clock. Probably going to go until about 7:30, maybe 8 PM tonight. We shall see. It's my friend's birthday and he wants to sink a drink and have a chat on Discord. So it depends what time he jumps on, really. I did all of that painting off camera there, didn't I? Whoopsie daisy. I always set out with the best of intentions to paint exactly in one position. I should lock my elbows to the table. Well, no, I shouldn't, but you know what I mean. I need a better way of reminding myself of my return position, I feel like. Not really sure what to do with the staff on this. I feel like with 40k, oftentimes I'm like, oh, I should do a cool effect on the weapon, and then I just can't be bothered. I get really lazy with weapons in particular, and I don't know why. I think I just find them a bit dull to paint. And it's probably a bit of nervousness. Take care, Levi Coffee. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. I hope going to get the paperwork goes very well. And I will catch you soon, I am sure. Okay. Paint the inside of the staff. Not that many people can see it. And then we've got the scabbard of a sword in there, which I'm just going to make metallic. This would have been a good model to do in sub-assembly, actually, but oh well. Currently, I don't like how that red looks, which is fine, because I'm going to shade this whole thing, and it will look a little bit different. Right, so we're going to go back to the blue now, and just tidy things up a bit, I think. Let's see. No, slightly bigger brush than that, please. Oh dear. Not that big. There we go, that'll do. Adam G has done a super chat saying, I must take my leave to prep for my Sweeney Todd rehearsal. Always fun to paint alongside you, Johnny. I look forward to seeing the final result. Good luck with the rehearsal. I hope things go very well indeed. Nothing worse than a rehearsal that feels a bit flat and no one can put their finger on why. So I hope you have a bloody lovely time and you make lots of progress. And even if you don't make lots of progress, that's fine too. Clearly there were things to work on and it's good to work on them. So yeah, have a great time. I tried to remember a single song from Sweeney Todd there, and my brain went straight to Master of the House, which is not Sweeney Todd, but is in fact Les Mis. The worst pies in London, there you go, that's one. Pretty women. That's another. Don't think I'll be asked to understudy anyone anytime soon, but that's okay. Ah, Nessie says... Nessie? Nessie says the Demon Barber of Fleet Street, of course. Yeah, we can shade this, can't we? I'm just gonna need to paint a little belt buckle with a small brush, and then we need to paint the nose of this lovely Grimnyr, and then we're gonna shade him. Yeah, this is a lovely sculpt. It just feels so different to the rest of the range, which I love. But also, it just feels very classic, wizardy kind of design and pose. I like it a lot. Also gonna crack out some pale sand. Welcome back to the stage, everyone's favourite, pale sand. And I'm going to put that... Oops, I'm going to put a tiny bit of it into the grey that I did the beard in. Ooh, that's too much. No, we're all right. Yeah, especially since we're going to shade this. And what we're going to do is... just pick out the raised bits on this beard. Poskeget says, do squats have psychers? I'm pretty sure this is as close as they get, basically, the Grimnyr. I don't think he counts as a psyker, but it does something. It's been ages since I've looked at the codex. There we go. Put a little bit of texture in the beard. That'll get flattened a little bit when we shade it, but that's kind of what we want, because then we can build it up again. Right. We need a tiny bit of Kislev flesh, which is a paint that is one of the few paints I consider to be an essential from Games Workshop rather than another manufacturer, because the Vallejo equivalent is too light and it's too just straight up pink. But my god, it loves to dry out, doesn't it? There you go, paint his little nose. Just poking out there. Little nose. Little nose. Also curious, what is that bit going to be? Is that just sleeve? Or do we do that sort of a flesh tone? No, it's a robe, isn't it? Let's just do it blue. Okie dokie. Oh, we're going to have a lovely time highlighting some of the bits on the robes. Don't you worry about it, mate. Shut the fuck up, Johnny. Don't you worry about a thing, mate. Christ. Right, where's the Agrax gone? There it is. Okie dokie. Oh, just checked out of curiosity. He does have the psychic keyword, and his ancestral wrath is a psychic attack. Thanks, Mark. Always knew. You're just amazing in a pinch. You are. Well, even not in a pinch. You're just brilliant. Always know I can count on you. This is my favourite shade brush in the world. I've had it. This is like one of the first brushes I ever bought. My God, it looks awful, doesn't it? See the patina that's built up with just endless applications of shade. And I love it. I just love it. It's like when people have just painted a railing time and time again. Okay, right. We're going to take some of the agrax. We're going to put it in there. We're going to water it down a bit because I just can't be dealing with the new formulation Games Workshop shades straight out of the pot. I think they're bad. Danella Dragon has done a super chat saying, "I've arrived precisely when my headache let me." I hope that didn't make it worse. I'm sorry to hear about your headache, but I'm glad that it is abated enough that you were able to join us here on youtube.com/JohnnyKidini, where we're painting this Grimnyr for the Leagues of Votann for Warhammer 40,000. There you go. Might end up shading this twice, you know. You never know. Maybe I watered the shade down too much. We'll work it out. We'll work it out. Work it out. Danilo says that made it better, actually. Well, okay. Take that, modern medicine. Gandalf impressions, that's what we do. Orthogonal says, "Can I get into Warhammer 40,000 if I haven't seen the first 39,999? Yeah, you'll just miss a few in jokes. But that's, you know, it's not the end of the world. To be honest, my 40k knowledge is so poor, I feel like I have missed the first 39,999. Right, so that's a bit of shade on there. It's increased the contrast, but not by much. I feel like I watered that down too much. We're going to let that dry for a minute. And then, to be honest with you, I'm going to have another bash. Matthew Johnson says, "I think I gave myself a headache earlier by eating too many raisins. Being over 30 is fun." Blimey. I didn't know raisins could do that, really. Or then, I guess it's been a while since I ate too many raisins. I once gave myself an almighty stomachache by eating, like, an enormous bag of grapes. Because grapes are delicious. But oh my God, my stomach hurt. Right, just going to let it sit, aren't we? Grimnyr. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na, Grimnyr. It's the face here. We're going to pick that out with lots and lots and lots of small brush strokes. And then we're going to pick it out in even smaller brush strokes with a lighter colour. Oh. Emma Benton says, "If I have more than half a cookie at this point, I get a massive headache because I never have super concentrated dose of sugar anymore, or really sugar in general. It's ridiculous." Bananas, isn't it? How sensitive you become to certain foods and stuff, and also how quickly you realise it. Bananas, like, you know, when we were all kids, it's just like, you just eat trash. It's like, yeah, body's like, brilliant, bring it on. Yeah, lovely, great. My first tattoo was a caffeine molecule. And I got it covered up because, I mean, it didn't really fit with everything else I got afterwards because I didn't know what style I was going for at the time. But also because it's just like, give it up, edgelord. Dear oh dear. Oh, She's a Keeper has done a super chat saying, "Have nothing clever to say, brackets out of character, I know, but wanted to give a proper hello. Happy to finally make it to a stream. Hiya, how are you doing? We're just, taking a micro break while this shade dries on this strange wizard who's on a pile of rocks that currently look like absolute shit. But I'll work on them when I base this little jolly fellow. There you go. This is going to be a fun paint, I think. Ooh. Weekend Minis is on a super chat saying I never understood adults who didn't like candles. Then I got old enough to realise you can't stop liking them. They stop liking you. Oh, candies. Read that as candles. Let me put my glasses on and have another run at that. Weekend Minis. Oh my god, that's so much better. Weekend Minis is on a super chat saying I never understood adults who didn't like candies. Then I got old enough to realise you don't stop liking them. They stop liking you. It's so true. It's ridiculous. It's bananas. Like if I eat 2 sweets these days, I'm like, I mean, I was never that keen on them anyway, but bloody hell. I mean, I can still eat crisps until the cows come home, but the problem is I don't buy crisps anymore. I can't buy them into the house because I just can't leave them alone. Like, excuse me, like 150 gram bag of kettle chips or whatever, I can eat that without blinking. But I can't get away with that anymore. Like, I'm too old for that shit. And it breaks my heart. Because I love crisps. I love them so much. I just love them. What are you going to do, you know? Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to shade this guy again. But obviously, I think, you know, if you've been paying attention, you'll see where the problem here lies. Is that once we've shaded it, we're going to have to wait for it to dry again. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do a slightly more selective shade here. Am I? Yeah. Maybe. No. I'm going to shade this bastard again, and then let's take a 5 to 7 minute break, shall we? Because, well, we've got a Grimnyr to dry. And, I don't know, you know, when was the last time you got up and had a little stretch? Or maybe you need the toilet, or maybe you're thirsty, or peckish, or, you know, there's that job you've been meaning to do, you've been putting off. I got some washing to hang up, actually. I'm going to do that very quickly. You know, you can go do that, and then we'll come back and we'll paint more Warhammer. You know, it'll be nice. We'll have a nice time. And we'll all have the satisfaction of knowing that we've done something to make our day that a little bit easier, make ourselves that a little bit more comfortable. Or, if there's nothing you need to get done at all, there'll be some smooth jazz and a picture of my dog. So either way, it's really win-win. Take the next 5 to 7 minutes to just focus on you. Be like, what do I need? What do I want? Are my needs taken care of? Well done, me. You know? Just have a nice time. And then we'll paint more of this wizard dwarf. Oh, I really have Tom Bombadil'd the shit out of this guy, haven't I? And I love it. Right. Okie dokie. 5 to 7 minute break. I'll be back, and I'll see you then. Bye. Hi everyone, sorry I took a little bit longer than I expected there. I was hanging up some washing. I also got my headphones, so now I can just have one earbud in, and there's no worry of a copyright strike. And we can carry on painting Grimnyr, which would be nice. What music am I going to have on? That's the real question. Let's see. CookieCat94 says Dremel acquired. Never used a Dremel, but they seem like good fun if you're into that sort of thing. Right, okay, here we go. Dremel acquired. No, wrong button again, Johnny. Well done. Okie dokie. Here we go. Let's see how Grimnyr's dried. Not completely is the answer. Suppose we could always make a start on one of the gun buddies. Let's have a look. Yeah. Let's paint these things. Right. Hup. Nick Jeffrey says, third time lucky. I was thinking I'd scared Johnny away. Nah, it's going to take more than that, Nick. Scare me out of my own channel, out of my own home. Ooh, that's going on patchy. Really, one of these days I will remember to do a brown undercoat before painting ochre. Today is not that day. Lillian Payne says, Dremel were very useful in the before time when minis were made of pewter. Oh, I can imagine, actually, yeah. This is going on awfully. That's all right. Because we'll do multiple coats. It's a little gun friend. Gun friend. What's that? Where their genitals would be. It's a gun. Do I have anything to say about that? No, it's none of my business. You know what? Might just put that on the table. Be like, there you go, that's painted. That's painted. How do you like me now? Nice neighbour who's good at 40k and other war games. Slash is lovely. Steven says a gun where their genitals would be sound like it could be it could be a Digimon design. Yeah. Well, that looks like hammered shit. Well done, me. But at least it'll dry quick. Yep. Uranus says, hey, you, I don't like your gun, friend. How is Avril Lavigne? Has anyone spoken to her recently? Is she alright? Or should we say, Melissa? That's one of my favourite internet conspiracy theories. I'm sure it's absolutely awful for Avril Lavigne, but... You know what? Right, let's get some more heavy ochre out. She had/has Lyme disease. Oh, that's genuinely awful. Oh. Mithril says my ex used to paint like that. No one was impressed. Ha ha ha. All right, Mithril, I'll keep doing coats of ochre until it looks better. Thank you. I thought I'd found an exciting new direction to take my painting then. Well, I'm sure Avril Lavigne isn't watching, but if she were, I'd say, Avril, I really hope you feel better soon. That sounds shite. Right, while we're here, let's just continue to paint things badly with ochre. Mithril says I mean it. God. So this weekend, the new Blood Bowl vampires go up for pre-order, and I am determined not to buy them, even though they're really exciting sculpts. I just know that a lot of people from the league are going to be running vamps next year, so I'm like, no, I don't want to get I don't want to be tempted to run them next season. But they are lovely. Hugh saying, is it Lega? I hope I said that right. Please do correct me with a phonetic rendering of your name if I've said it wrong. But Hugh says, hey Johnny, I'm new to Warhammer and decided to magnetize my Tau. Excellent choice. Should I prime them stuck together or loose? Any advice appreciated. I have I've never actually magnetized models. Like I think prime them loose, because if you think about it, the point of contact, like the magnets going in and out, click click, you want that to be as clean as possible, really, don't you, rather than gummed up with paint. So I'd prime them all separately. If there's anyone in chat who has more experience with magnetizing minis than me, which is to say any, then please chime in. Nah, Aiden, I don't want to start a throne account really. I mean, it's the thing is, right, I will buy those vamps somewhere down the line. It's just that I don't want the temptation there at all for me to run them next season. I know what team I'm running next season, and I need to finish painting it. So it's not about me not wanting to lay out the money. It's more about me needing to be good. So yeah, but thank you. I just no disrespect to those who do have throne things, but I think I'd find it too awkward to make a post being like, so and so from Throne has bought me the thing. Thank you. Like, I personally would cringe inside out. That's not to say that what other people are doing is cringe. It's just that I couldn't, basically. It's not a judgy thing. It's not a superiority complex thing. It's just I'm not good at that kind of thing, basically. What I am good at, allegedly, is painting these little gun dick robots. I'm not. They look horrible. But I am, if not nothing, if not persistent. Hermit Prime says, how would someone go about finding a Blood Bowl league? It depends where you... Well, I guess... this sounds like I'm being fucking sarcastic, but I would genuinely Google your region and then Blood Bowl. Because like there's a Blood Bowl... I don't know where you're based, Hermit Prime, but there's an absolutely massive league in the UK that covers, like, I think it's mostly based in the north, but there are definitely players in the south and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure there are Discord servers for like Blood Bowl based on like country or region or that kind of stuff. The way I got around it was by founding one, because it was just kind of serendipitous. It was when the latest edition of Blood Bowl launched in late 2020. Obviously, everyone was kind of had a lot of time indoors to paint up minis and talk about how nice it would be when we got to play Blood Bowl. But also at that time in the UK, at least, like, it looked like we were going to be coming out of lockdown restrictions fairly soon. So we sort of had momentum, and then in the spring, when everyone had their teams painted up and it was safe to do so again, we started playing Blood Bowl and we were away. And now we're nearing the end of our third season and all that kind of stuff. So it was the right time because people had spare time and were looking forward to a social hobby, and the game had just come out and everyone was excited. But founding one, honestly, was like one of the best things I've ever done in my life. It's Saint Ledger. Okay. Thank you, Hussein Ledger. Matthew Johnson says, did you hear about the Spanish Blood Bowl event recently, Johnny? Apparently it's the biggest Warhammer event to date. Yeah, it was the World Cup, I think. Well, I know. Somebody mentioned it earlier because they'd been, which is cool and exciting. Oh, there you go. The Indomitable X has some advice for you, Hugh. Phew, I'm glad somebody was able to give advice where I was afraid to. Just going to slap a bit more of this on here, and then I assume the shade will be dry enough on Grimnyr for us to continue. Wild, isn't it, how shit things can look before they look good? Right. Oh, Drip Tray has done a big old super chat. This is Drip Tray's first ever super chat, saying, hi, after a hard day's work, this is lovely. It's like you're part of the family. Big love. Thank you very much, Drip Tray. That's very kind of you. Ah, I thought it might be that Drip Tray. Hi, I hope you're well. I was talking about your brewery earlier, in fact. I'm excited to see the channel taking shape. Subscribe. There you go. There's a sub from me. Right, painting. Let's do more of that. That's right, we're going back to Grimnyr. Dwarf wizard. Wah, wah, wah. Amy Owen says, things looking shit before they look good is the bane of my existence because I lose the motivation. I have absolutely been there. That's the tricky bit, isn't it? Or if you get called away from your painting desk for whatever reason, during the looking shit phase, it's so hard to pick it up again. It's so difficult just to go, all right, we can crack on with this. Mr. Tamo Shanta says, my partner and I have been enjoying your cameo as Nate for the Deadlands episodes. Absolutely adore the way you get so into character. Thank you very much. I love playing as Nate. Nate's just a delight. And I love Deadlands, so it makes it very, very easy. Oof, Wizzy McWizardton says, back from a dentist appointment, had to have a filling. It hurts like hell, but a Johnny painting stream can cure any toothache. That is not scientifically proven, but thank you. Weekend Mini says, no spoilers. Yes, no spoilers, don't worry. No spoilers. No spoilers for Deadlands, please. Hugh says, I made a stream. Ciao, come stai? And no, I don't speak Italian, so I won't be able to understand if people reply in Italian. Understood, Hugh. Thankfully, I don't either. So, well, I say thankfully. It would be nice if I could speak Italian, given that I have Italian heritage, but no. I can't. And I was learning on Duolingo, and then that little fucking bird gave me just the worst anxiety, and I said, you know what? Life's too short. Life is also too short for me to be using this colour on these details. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight in with the highlight colour. So there. Emma Benton says, you should see their fucking TikTok account. The bird is deranged. Weekend Mini says, my wife and I watch Oxventure whenever we have time for a joint hobby night, so we're only on the 3rd episode right now. Understood. Although I really thought you meant Oxventure in general. I was like, oh wow, you got a lot to watch. Okie dokie. Here it comes. Blib. Pre-mixed highlight colour for the Votann. Lucy Mama says, life's too short to let a cartoon bird terrorise you. Exactly. If a bird's going to terrorise me, it better be the real thing. So there. Right. Let's very carefully do some edge highlighting. Ben Dawson's on Super Chat saying, great to meet you at Love and Beer on Saturday. Thanks for the beer. You're more than welcome, Ben. It was my pleasure. And very, very funny to be pulling pints and have someone go, aren't you? It's like, yeah. That was a lovely time. I slept all Saturday. It was worth it. I'm pleased with how this is coming out. Manuel Rivera says, hey Johnny, I'm not sure if you're into stealth-like games, but I found a pirate theme one called Shadow Gambit the Cursed Crew. There's a PS5 demo available, hashtag not sponsored. I think I had a look at that on Steam because it came up in my suggested queue. But I'll be honest, stealth games aren't normally my bag because I am bad at them. So... Claire the Bear has done a super chat saying, hi Johnny and LSPs, hope you're all doing well and keeping out of mischief. I've just opened my LSP official nap tea. I've just ordered my LSP official nap club tea. I do enjoy an afternoon nap. I indulged myself. I bought a t-shirt and I bought a jumper because I know I'm going to be napping in at least one of them. So yeah, I'm really glad people like the design. And hello to you, Claire. I hope you're very well. Stephen says, I used to live in a coastal town. Can confirm seagulls are absolutely terrifying. They're awful, aren't they? And I swear, like, because, you know, I used to work for Eurogamer, and obviously the office is based in Brighton, so I used to go down to Brighton. And let me tell you, the seagulls in Brighton versus the seagulls in London are a whole other breed. Like, if it ever came to blows, the seagulls from Brighton would murder every seagull in London in about 2 minutes flat. They are... God, that looks awful. They are just the absolute fucking worst. They're horrible. Like, they're spiteful as well as, like, dangerous. Can't stand them. And it was just kind of the generally accepted rule that for every year you worked in Brighton, you'd get shit on it once. Like, once a year was like par for the course, more if you were unlucky. They're just nasty. Herring gulls just absolutely murdering people. Not people. Murdering good times. That's what they're fucking murdering, little bastards. Oops, a daisy. This isn't going that smoothly. When the highlight hits, it's great. That looks very clumsy, and I'm not happy with it. But I'm going to push on and then come back around on that and fix it. Because these bits, lovely, nice and easy. Anyway. Wave our arms and yell. Part of the problem there was paint consistency. go. Being able to control the paint is... There we go, Johnny said, fucking it up. Flood it with water. Okay, got away with that. Get in there. Get in there. Bollocks. Okay. You know what? I'm also going to pick out just a couple of the details from here. Am I? Yes, I am. It's always nice to have an existential crisis, like, while you're painting, you know? Like, mid-brush stroke. Just be like, oh, is this the right thing to be doing? It's great. It's really, really good. I mean, it could be worse. I'm not operating heavy machinery or anything. Tits. No. Blech. Right. We're going back in and fixing this. Just going to go back in with the ochre, cover it up, and we're going to selectively shade that again. Sometimes it doesn't quite go how you want it to, and that's all right. So now we've just done that, which frankly looks like I've just given up and been very sarcastic, but I promise you I've got a plan. Anyway. People still talking about birds. We're on to corvids now. Magpies are very territorial and noisy, but good fun. Good fun, obviously, depending on who you are. I like magpies an awful lot, but they also steal chicks from nests. So, like, I get it, you know, how, like, some birds may feel differently, but I'm not a bird, for one thing. Yeah, that was a sane thing to say, wasn't it, Johnny? Well done. Cosmo Memory 91 has done a super chat. In fact, this is Cosmo Memory 91's first ever super chat. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate that you decided to drop it with me. He says, I'm so glad I managed to catch the stream today. Usually I'm on VOD Squad. Have a lovely rest of the stream. I'm off to take my mum to the zoo. That sounds like a lovely day. I hope you enjoy seeing the animals. And thank you again for the super chat. That's really nice. I am fucking this up. I'm really, really fucking that up. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the bottom bits. And that's all right. What's your favourite animal to see in the zoo, everyone? And I say to see in the zoo. Like, it doesn't have to be your favourite animal. But, like aardvarks, not my favourite animal. But if I see an aardvark in the zoo, absolutely delightful. Saw one in London Zoo. It was having a nap. It was brilliant. I also saw a bear eat a carrot, and it did it very daintily. It walked up to the carrot, and I was like, all right, sayonara, carrot, you're going down in one. And it was like, clunk, and it ate a tiny bit. Like, I take bigger bites of carrot than that bear did. It was wild, absolutely wild. Another Dragon says koala. Alyssa says sun bears. I find sun bears creepy as shit. They're terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. Cat M has done a super chat saying, while Mum was waiting to leave hospital, I kept her entertained with what would that bird be? Gulls were pirates, both the fantasy type and the I will kill you kind, depending on where they're from. Entirely valid. Brighton, they're the I will kill you type. Horrible bastards they are. I'm never going to be happy with the highlight on this fucking model. I should use a smaller brush. That's what I should really be doing. Anyway. Manuel Rivera said red panda, meerkat, kangaroo and humans in that order. Alessia says they look like people in suits. It's so funny. I think that's why I find sun bears so creepy, because they look too humanoid. Kind of like, does anyone else find three-toed sloths a little creepy because they move too slow? Like, I know that's their whole deal, but, like, there's something about the way they move. It's just really uncanny, and I don't like it. Dukey Bobbins says, has to be the Tamandua. Ruth at Colchester is a delight. I'd fucking imagine being a Tamandua and being called Ruth. Absolutely wild. Oh, shit. Ooh, I didn't hate that. Hello? That highlight colour on the metal? I think we shall, actually. That was a serendipitous little swipe of the brush, wasn't it? Somebody made fun of me the other day for saying the word eminently. It was actually while I was selling beer. Somebody asked me, was like, what's this beer like? And I was like, it's my favourite beer in the world. It's peach and basil sour, eminently drinkable. And one of the lady had asked me, one of her mates went, eminently? And I was like, oh, yeah, all right. Okay. Do you want to try the beer? I'm a big fan of this nonsense. Look at this shit. Does it look like trash? Kind of. No, I like it. I like it. It needs to be strengthened a bit. Yeah. Oh, accidentally really enjoying that. Great fun. Claire de Bear says, across all zoos, zebras cause the most non-lethal injuries to keepers. Damn. That's just, is that surprising? No, not really. Because there's loads of them and they kick. Meerkats, of course, would be right up there with them, but all the injuries they cause are, of course, fatal. So they're just straight for the jugular, meerkats. They can't help it. Like a mongoose with a snake. Right. Slightly haunted weapon. I'm enjoying it. You go, Grimnyr. That bit's a bit clumsy. But if we just fill out the colour a bit more, it should be alright. Yeah, it's alright. Weird ghostly shit. Big fan. Oh, is it like I guess is it that time of year where all the bears are like on the like just eating a glut of salmon and trying to fatten up for winter? Like are we doing the whole live webcam in the rivers thing at the minute? Because that's some good watching, let me tell you. I enjoy it very much. It's almost Fat Bear Week. Brilliant. Fantastic. Ah, Stephen Hoy says, send help. I'm finding myself looking to Blood Bowl more and more. I've gotten very distracted from my work. Stephen, I cannot help you. And if I could, would I? Oh, I'm very pleased with how all that metallic nonsense has come out, actually. Need to do a little bit of it on the sword, but not loads, because no one can fucking see it anyway. And it's made me feel better about these bits. Great. Good. Good job all around, really. Do 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 do. Okay. There we go. Carry on with that bit. Oh, I spent far longer on this one model than I originally intended, but you know what? I can't say I'm having a bad time with it. Right. Oh, no, there's a bit more. Okay, I'm nearly ready to stop dicking around with this highlight colour. Once I've done the inside of this hood and whatever this bit is, the chest bit, I suppose you'd call that. I want to do some little highlights on the blue. And then I'm going to highlight his beard and his nose. And then we're going to move on because we've got plenty to paint. And sometimes it's nice to just smash a model out in one go, really, isn't it? Rather than working on it for sessions and sessions and sessions. There's more I could be doing with the highlights on like this bit, but I'm finding it just quite difficult. So I'm gonna do that, and then just let the rest be. Really, I am gonna put a slight bit of shade back onto that face because what we've done is we've lost the contrast definition when we painted over it. Doot doot doot. Bit of shade going on the face. There we go. There's the face again. Cool. It still needs a bit of fucking ochre, really, but you know what? We'll leave it. It's fine. Right, back to the blue, and then we'll be on to the next thing. Good times had by all. All right. Now this is where the fun begins, because with cloth folds, you can just have a lovely time following the lines. And it's like magic. I bloody love doing them. They were the bane of my existence for ages, but I've really learned to love painting fabric. And it's nice. So there we go. Yeah. Okay, we're having fun. Oh, it's just a very easy highlight job, isn't it? Especially compared to that yellow. Yeah, I can confirm we like painting Grimnyr. Just a great fella. Really nice to be around, actually. It's nice to be painting again. I know I say that every time I do a painting stream, but I didn't paint for 2 months and it was sucky. Really bothered me. And you know what? We're gonna bang some pale sand in there, make a slightly lighter version of the same colour, and do a smaller highlight with it. And the eccentric lefty says, why did you pause the painting streams again? I found them, I was suddenly finding them quite difficult, because obviously if I'm playing a video game, we've got something that we can all react to. But when it's just me, I tend to have to drive the conversation a bit more, and I was suddenly finding that quite hard to do, especially to balance with when I was painting and trying to concentrate and all that kind of stuff. And I was sort of losing my confidence with it a bit, and so I decided to have a little break, and it's done wonders, really. I didn't paint for ages, which made me sad, but now I'm back, and I'm, back doing them, and I'm really enjoying it, so we got there in the end, basically. Nathan says, evening gamers, I'm home from work and it's time to bring a goblin to completion. Phrasing! Nathan, phrasing. Who's feeling it? Who's feeling it? But that's why I paused them, and it's nice to be back. Cheerful Spider's done a super chat saying, Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday to you also, Cheerful Spider. I know it's unusual for me to be streaming on a Tuesday, but here we are. Public service announcement, I'm also streaming on Friday this week, not Thursday. Everything's been shifted over a day. I'm pleased to say I'll be streaming Chants of Sennar because it just looks brilliant. Very excited about that. And also, here comes another plug for them. I have got 2 versions of the same merch design available right now. If you look at the top of chat, I've pinned a link to a Patreon post talking about the designs and linking you to the Everpress store. So they are available for another 17 days, I think. And then they'll go off sale because basically the whole idea of their business is they don't waste. They don't print loads of t-shirts and then landfill them if they fail to sell. They only print as many as people order. So you do like a timed campaign and then those t-shirts get made. So there are t-shirts in up to 5XL. There are sweaters, or jumpers as I call them, or sweatshirts as you might call them. There are hoodies. There's a painting version and a gamer version, even though I hate saying it's the gamer version, it's what it is. And it's a lovely design done by my extremely talented partner. So that's that plug. Hope you enjoy them. Right. I am actually quite happy to call Grimnyr done there. I think if there's one thing I'm going to do, it's a very, very light touch. Of pale sand in the beard. Make him look a little bit more wizened. There we go. That'll do. That'll do for him. Right, let's get back to just slapping ocher onto bikes and floating dick robots, shall we? You heard it here first. Oops. Jack Wood says, how do you do, fellow paint drinkers? Hi, Jack. How you doing? Look, I painted a Grimnyr. Here's what he looks like. Could I have done better with the highlighting on the robe? Yes. Am I bothered? Not really. Also, I accidentally discovered just putting my highlight colour badly over some metallic looks quite nice. So there we go. That's my Grimnyr for now. The Indomitable X says, after work, going to catch the rest on VOD Squad. Later, Johnny and LSPs. Take care, the Indomitable X. Thanks for the kind words about the Dwarf Wizard, Jack. It's always nice to see you in chat. I just need to send a couple of WhatsApps and then I'll be back on my bullshit. Oh yeah. Right. And the eccentric lefty says, I'm always on my bullshit, whether on WhatsApp or not. Fair. Messages sent. Aw. Drip Tray's done another super chat saying, life finds a way. Love you lots. Love you too, Drip Tray. That's very nice. Oh, you're right. Here's the thing, Drip Tray. So this is... You know what? No, I'm not going to explain myself. On Saturday, somebody walked over and went, what are these 6-foot turkey cans all about then? Are they like a special? I was like, well, it's just a new IPA. And they were like, oh. So they're just on the shelf there. I was like, yeah, to show them off. And they were like, well, what's it like then? And I was like, well, it's made with Idaho Gem and Mosaic hops, actually. And they went, ooh. And I was like, fuck yeah. I know my shit. It was great. Because I'd looked it up before I started the shift. I think I've already told you this. I looked it up before I started the shift. And then it wasn't on. And I was like, oh. And then it came in handy anyway. Hooray for me. Anyway, stop super chatting now. You can just text me. But thank you. Right. Slapping more ocher on a dick robot. Slapping more ocher on a dick robot. Bit of fun. Bless you. Big brush, good. Nathan says somebody clip that. I don't even know what bit you're referring to. Bo Furlong says that was the most British sneeze I've ever heard. Wow, all right. I'll pass that along. Nathan says the Dick Robot song, obviously. Of course. What else? Dick Robot. Hello, my name is Richard Robot. Have you seen my robotic penis? Anyway. Good times had by all. Starting to lose it ever so slightly, aren't I? The sentences are getting fewer and fewer coherent. At least we haven't talked quite so much about dogging this stream, because we really got into that last Monday. Did a real lore deep dive vis-a-vis Warhammer 40k and dogging, which is a unique selling point of this channel, I like to think, but it's not necessarily a good one. WebGiant says, wait, what? Yes, exactly. Basically, we sort of agreed that the Leagues of Votann are like all well into dogging. I really hope no one from Games Workshop is watching this. CookieCat94 has done a super chat saying, did you know that every year the Adelaide Zoo hosts an exhibit of animals made out of sourdough? The winner is displayed in an empty enclosure. Is that real? I never know with you anymore, CookieCat94. I read everything and then I scan it again for puns. Sourdough. Sourdough animal. Bo Furlong says, I'm sorry, did you say dogging or docking? Dogging. Oh, god damn it! Some people get worked up over how realistic they look, but don't worry, they are bred in captivity. Fuck you, CookieCat94. God fucking damn it. There was just long enough of a gap between setup and payoff that I was like, oh, well, that's a weird thing to do, but alright. Fuck you. Wow. Wowie. That wasn't... Oh, you know what the worst thing is? I think I've heard that before. Or a variant on it? I don't know. I marched into that one. And there I was being like, is that real, Cookie Cat? Because I don't know if you're fucking with me, because, you know, ma. And then, yeah, funnily enough, sideswiped, got hit by a pun truck. Fuck. What's that film where a girl's being... Is it literally Mean Girls, where a girl's being mean and then she gets flattened by a truck? I can't remember. But it felt like that. God damn it. Cup of Tiefling says, time to superglue some plastic models to my fingers. Have fun! Yes, it is Mean Girls. Alright, cool. Fucking hell. Honestly. Oh, the Sagittor as well. Do I start painting that yellow as well? Yeah, may as well. It's just going to be a paint everything yellow stream. Is that what I want to do? Yes, it is, actually. I decided I was going to do that earlier. Good. All right. It's time to get lots more heavy ochre on the palette, I guess. Max says, also, I was just out on my balcony and I found meat, like packaged meat, from a grocery store on my balcony. I don't buy meat. How did it end up there? Okay. I think question one is, we have to assume thrown, but from above or below? I don't want you to dox yourself, Max, but I'm very curious as to how high up you live. This looks like shit when it first goes on. Some guy on YouTube has done a super chat saying, you are loved, valued, and appreciated. Thanks to you and the Oxventurers. I've been running Adventure Skeletons, which has become a campaign and will soon be running Deadlands, also leading a team for Extra Life. Send luck. I will send luck. When you've, I don't know, yeah, like when it's set up, please let me know and I will help push the link, because that sounds bloody great. And I'm very glad you've you've experienced the joys of Adventure Skeletons for yourself, and I really wish you well in Deadlands, because, I mean, you don't need me to tell you, I fucking love that game. I think it's magnificent. Oh, it just looks so bad. And then it will look sort of alright. Max says there are ravens nesting in a nearby tree, and there are lots of teens in this area, so both are possibilities, laughing my ass off. I think we just have to face the only possible answer to this, Max, is that the ravens and the teens are teaming up. They're in cahoots. They're putting meat up on your balcony. If you feed it to the ravens, actually, they'll bloody love you. That'll be a high-value treat for them. They might start bringing you gifts. Like, if you if you wake up and there's a teen on your balcony, it was probably the ravens. Max says, oh shit, how did I not see? What is it, Max? Oh, are we talking about birds? Oh, wait, no. Nice, which says, oh, are we talking about birds? Yes, we're talking about birds. Remy K says maybe it's a gift from Jane's murder of crows. Maybe. I've not had a gift from my murder of crows. I've been slowly building my own crow army near where I live. Actually, I haven't brought them anything in a while, so they probably don't care about me anymore. Ebrol506 says, what conversation did I walk into? Max has discovered packaged meat from a supermarket on the balcony. Max does not eat meat. But nearby, there are some ravens nesting, but also there are some teens. So who knows? Who knows? We don't know how this started, but my assumption is the teens and the ravens are working together. They're in cahoots. Getting quite bored of just painting ochre onto this vehicle, actually. Airbrush would be good for this. If I still have my... Oops, a daisy. I missed a bit of the fucking Sagittor, didn't I? Definitely something should have gone in there. Might stop painting this until I know what that is. I think it's meant to be a smaller door. I don't know. Nessie says, Johnny, how are your pickled eggs doing? You know what? I tried one and they're good. They're not spicy, which is a bit of a shame, but they are, like, the vinegar came out real nice. Not too sweet. Yeah, very much enjoying, but they need a bit longer. So, Nice, which says, I don't think birds should have any rights. Oh yeah, I forgot about that facet of your personality. Huh. Right. Okay. That's not even going on, is it? Get more paint out, Johnny. I'm going to stop in about half an hour because by then I think I will have gone completely loopy, just so everyone knows. Mark Cohen says, unsurprisingly, the missing bit is more guns. Of course it is. Oh, of course it is. There's 2 guns. Thanks, Mark. There you go, look. 2 guns. Okie dokie. You know it. You love it. It's heavy ochre from Vallejo. Does it go on smoothly? Not at all. Does it get good coverage? Not at all. Does it have decent opacity? Absolutely not. Did I pick it for the main colour for my scheme anyway? Yes, I did. Wizzy McWizardton says, what are you drinking, Johnny? A beer, in fact. I'm drinking a can of Millions of Melba, which is a peach and raspberry sour from Hackney Brewery. Which was so fresh off the canning line when I was given it It doesn't have a label on it. So there. It looks terrible until it looks okay. Warhammer. Chaos says peach and raspberry sour is our best-selling beer. It's peach Melba sour from Pilot. Interesting. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, alright. Right, we'll let that dry. And we'll do another coat on the penis gun robots. Okay, these are actually getting there. I think maybe one more coat and they'll be fine to shade, which is alright. Buddy Wrongleg says, is Warhammer this week's painting? I think so. There's always something that falls out of my brain, isn't there? And I've got nothing else to say. Nathan says, if it makes you feel any better, the primary colour for my ogre army is Korax white. That does make me feel better, and also slightly sick. Oof. I'm sure you'll do a great job though, Nathan. But yikes. That is a lumpy and uncooperative paint. Okay, says we have some seriously weird holy goat sours coming in this week. The one I'm looking forward to is the golden sour with raspberries. Yum, 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 yum. I still haven't tried holy goat, and I still really want to. It looks like they make some really interesting beers. Tried a really interesting golden ale from Elusive on Saturday. It's called Zoltar the Magnificent. It was a golden ale, but it was like honey brioche kind of vibe, and it was delicious. Like, wasn't too cloying. It wasn't like, you know, when you get like a triple pastry breakfast pancake sour burrito Master Chief beer, and they're just a bit much. It was just really good, but like it just had a really nice, like, smooth sweetness to it, and it wasn't too heavy, and yeah, it was delicious. Jacob Bobbin says, that is the craft beer YouTube collab. Indeed. I was at the event they were running for their 10th anniversary. Good knowledge, though, Jakey Bobbins. Emma Benton says, I forgot you were talking about beer and thought you were discussing the taste of paint. I was about to be like, what fucking paint are you drinking that tastes like that? The answer, of course, is pale sand. Yum, yum, yum. What the story? Guardian. Somewhere ocher the rainbow, penis spikes, painted by a non-binary person. Rhyme with bikes. Fuck! I just got flesh colour on the fucking bike. Bollocks. Baddy Wrongleg says, so we need to get Hackney to make a beer called Pale Sand now, right? If ever I was to do a collaborative beer, I'd call it Pale Sand, sure enough. Would I? I don't know. Lovely skeleton pilsner. Ah, Titan Urana says, penis bikes? Do you mean hogs, Johnny? Yes, I do. Tegan Evans says, like spike rhymes with bike. That's true. I so rarely do this. Can I have a like spike, please? Drip Tray has done another super chat saying, the words every player hates to hear. Game over. Top Baps. Love you lots. Love you too, son. Oh! Oh, look, I actually got some likes for that. Nice. Thanks, everyone. Cool. Barry Wrongleg says, do like spikes actually help scientifically, or is it just a way of engineering likes in general that do? Well, likes, I don't think like spikes as in like a spike necessarily benefits you algorithmically, but just having likes is beneficial. So, and a like spike's just kind of like a whoa, like a, you know, just a fun little thing. But it's rare that I do them. So there. Well, this stream has gone quite well in that we've managed to get some paint on. No, I'm lying. I was about to say we've got some paint on every single model that I need to do. So we're off the starting blocks, but actually there are 4 more. So I guess I know what we're doing for the next 15 minutes or so. Oh, you motherfuckers. I see. I see what you're doing. I see. Right. Okie dokie. Smash in on the paint, on the guy. I'm losing it. I gotta stop streaming soon. I'm really sorry. I'm absolutely losing it. I'm just gonna smash some paint on this one dude and then I've got to stop. My brain's falling apart like a cake. That is not good. Case in point. Case in point. Case in point. Fuck's sake. A crumbling cake, one might say. Exactly, Emma. A cake that is not good, they said. Fuck's sake. Oh, look. It's a cloak, like we've got on Grimnyr. So I'll do that in the same Grimnyr colours. I'm out of steam. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. Sorry, everybody. I tried. Ooh. Matthew Johnson says, hey Johnny, have you ever thought about doing a paint along hashtag or something? I know Twitter or something is dead, but I'd be interested to see what people at painting along have been doing. Yeah, it's a LSP hobby is the one we've always used, but I haven't mentioned it in about a calendar year. Anyway, that about does it for today's stream. It's you know, that went quite fast, but I am absolutely spent now, so I'm going to stop. I'll be back streaming on Friday this week. We're going to play Chants of Sennar. It's going to be fun. And then there'll be fresh episodes of Preston Chiodini on Saturday, and then a whole new week will begin, and we will carry on. So, yeah, thank you all again so much for watching. I have a Patreon. It's patreon.com/Johnny Chiodini. There's a link in the description of this video. I've also got merch on sale right now. If you There's a pinned link at the top of chat. There are 2 different versions on the same design, which I think is quite nice. The designs are only available for another 17 days or so, and then they'll go back in the vault. So if you fancy clothing yourself in some Skelly Pal Nap Club stuff, now's the time to do it. But yeah, thank you again, everyone, for watching. Lots of love to you all, and I will catch you very soon. Have a lovely day. And I'm sorry about this thanks for watching screen, but it made me laugh when I made it.